And would Meghan like to be there? She would kill to be there. But I don't think her or Harry came anywhere near making this guest list. They weren't sort of considered and then, or well, perhaps we can't quite fit them in. These people are not in this league anymore.
And Meghan Markle is consumed with jealousy over Lauren Sanchez's luxury life. The title says, as Jeff Bezos' fiance is everything she wanted to be.
So, the wedding of the year just happened. And it was everything you'd expect from Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Private islands, luxury yachts, candlelit palazzos, and a guest list straight out of a global power fantasy. The Kardashians were there. DiCaprio, Oprah, Gates. The world's elite touched down in Venice to celebrate a billionaire spectacle like no other. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a statement. But guess who didn't make the cut? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. No invite, no appearance, not even a headline. So what happened? Were they hoping for an invite that never came? Or have they finally lost their place at the table? Before we get into all the answers, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Jeff Bezos just tied the knot with Lauren Sanchez in what's already being called the most extravagant wedding of the year. But this wasn't sudden. Their romance has been unfolding in the public eye for years. After going public in 2019, following Bezos' high-profile divorce, the couple quickly became inseparable. In 2023, Bezos proposed with a jaw-dropping multi-million-dollar diamond ring during a European getaway, a clear signal that this was going to be no ordinary engagement.
What kind of engagement ring does a billionaire buy for his fiancée? A 20-carat pink diamond, of course. Jeff Bezos and his long-term girlfriend Lauren Sanchez got engaged last May, and the ring is nothing short of impressive. The ring is estimated to be between $2.5 to $3 million, features a soft pink diamond on top of a platinum pave band. He also popped that special question on his $500 million super yacht.
Fast forward to now, and Venice was chosen as the backdrop for their ultra-exclusive ceremony. But not everyone was celebrating. As the billionaire guests arrived by private jet and champagne flowed down marble staircases, protesters gathered outside the Venetian festivities. Their message? Loud and clear. If you can afford to shut down Venice for your wedding, you can afford to pay your taxes. Environmental groups and tax activists slammed the display of excess, accusing Bezos of dodging responsibilities while flaunting unimaginable wealth. Some even called it tone-deaf in the face of rising economic inequality. Still, the wedding wasn't just about luxury. It was about power. From Kim Kardashian and Leonardo DiCaprio to Oprah and Bill Gates, it looked and felt like a modern royal wedding. Glamour, secrecy, candlelit palazzos, drone shows over Venetian waters, the entire event screamed global elite. The guest list wasn't just impressive, it was symbolic. If you were invited, you were relevant. It had all the makings of a royal wedding, except the kind of ex-royals weren't there. Yes, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry never showed up. Not long ago, Meghan Markle was everywhere. Magazine covers, viral interviews, headline after headline. Now, she is not even invited. She hasn't fallen from grace, she's just been forgotten. And that's what made her absence from Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding so noticeable.
I think she's very, very angry, so I've been told. And because Lauren Sanchez, bride-to-be, oh no, she's already married. They married a month ago, but the service won't happen, but all the rest of the jollity will. And she quite liked Meghan. She thought she was very nice. And I imagine that if it was 5 years ago, she would have invited Meghan. But I think there's so few people now who haven't seen what she's really like, and actually how upset the royal family have been and how revoltingly rude she's been.
This wasn't some random private party. It was the most exclusive celebrity event of the year. Some insiders believe Meghan and Harry's fall from the A-list isn't just Hollywood fatigue. It may still be influenced by the very institution they walked away from. Rumors have been swirling that the royal machine never really let go. Even after stepping down, signing big media deals, and moving across the ocean, the palace's shadow still looms large, especially when it comes to how Meghan and Harry are perceived in public. Sources close to the entertainment world have hinted that certain British connections, still loyal to the crown, have made it clear. Cozying up to the Sussexes could mean losing royal favor. Subtle, but powerful.
Not all Americans are naive enough to think the royal family is a medieval pageant.
Americans will understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament. It was like that.
But apparently she is gonna pretend it's a medieval pageant.
Like I curtsied as though I was like...
And she does this incredible dying swan. It's great because it shows off she's very, very flexible.
When she acts out the curtsy, he doesn't think it's any cuter than you do, or I do. Or look at Greg. Everybody looks at that curtsy and looks just like Greg, like, no, it's not working. When she goes down, we're seeing all kinds of stuff on his face. We see contempt.
There's bitterness, contempt, withheld opinion, and I would say some anger as well. He doesn't like it, probably because he has respect for his grandmother, because he has respect somewhat for the British monarchy.
When she's all the way down, he looks over and locks eyes with somebody. Who's he looking at during that? Because somebody's looking at him going, dude.
There's really good research. Dr. John Gottman in 1994, what he calls the 4 horsemen of divorce. Number 1 is contempt. If you show contempt for your mate in the first 6 years of marriage, and he's 93% accurate, are we taking bets? No, but that's a big deal when you show contempt for your mate.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. Was that okay?
She looks to see if it's landed as a joke. It doesn't land. He looks away. So there's a block. He takes away status from that. He doesn't want to look.
I think he's embarrassed because she knows.
Another theory making the rounds is simple. Meghan didn't show up because Lauren Sanchez is now living the life Meghan wanted. The guest list, the setting, the attention, it looked like Meghan's Hollywood dream, just with someone else in the center. Lauren didn't just marry Jeff Bezos. She stepped into the spotlight Meghan once dominated. Years ago, Meghan was the face of reinvention, royal escapee turned American icon. But now it's Lauren commanding headlines, hosting the most talked about wedding of the year, and doing it with every A-lister by her side. And the comparisons aren't subtle. Meghan launched herself into fame through controversy. Lauren did it quietly. While Meghan's brand got caught in media fights, failed deals, and messy PR, Lauren stayed close to power, built connections, and avoided drama. She played it smarter, and it paid off. Some in Meghan's circle allegedly hoped for ties to Bezos' world early on. It never happened. Now that same world gathered in Venice and left her out. The event had all the symbols Meghan once associated with her own public image: wealth, exclusivity, relevance. But Lauren was the one living it, the one sailing through canals, surrounded by cameras, while Meghan watched from the sidelines. Now, if you look closely at Meghan Markle's life today, it's a far cry from what she likely envisioned when she first stepped into the global spotlight. Leaving the royal family was supposed to be the start of something bigger: freedom, influence, and full control of her brand. But what followed was far messier. Instead of global power, Meghan has been chasing relevance. Instead of building an empire, she's been fielding setbacks: public criticism, media fatigue, and mounting pressure. Some say this isn't just about money or fading fame, it's about disappointment. Prince Harry walked away from the palace, the protocol, and the privilege, all in pursuit of a freer, more meaningful life.
Honestly, the pair of them are just moany, whiny, awful, hypocritical, vile people. They really are. I'm sorry. And every time I've sat on this panel and tried to defend the fact he needs security because of his time in Afghanistan and because of the fact that he will always be the son of a king, and I think that on that he actually has a point. I think it's a fair debate to say whether he should pay for it now he's got loads of money, but I think he will always be there. But then he wants reconciliation, acting like he's the victim when he's the perpetrator of the stuff that would require the reconciliation. When the Queen was on her deathbed, Queen Elizabeth, he was throwing accusations about racism. Now he's alluding to the King's health being worse than we know. It's no one else's job to tell us that than the King. He is vile.
Meghan didn't sign up to live in someone else's shadow, and right now, Harry isn't offering the kind of platform she was banking on. Insiders suggest she's growing tired, Tired of carrying the weight of the brand, tired of stalled opportunities, and tired of waiting for Harry to evolve. And that's exactly where the divorce whispers start.
The new Harry and Meghan headlines: trouble in paradise, rumors of divorce, and they're taking time apart.
Things haven't been so marvelous over in Montecito.
The tabloids seem to be in attack mode. Why? Well, speculation is there's pressure on the pair after some recent bad press.
They are destroying us.
7 days ago, their Netflix docuseries failed to get an Emmy nod. Just weeks earlier, Harry and Meghan parted ways with Spotify after making an estimated $25 million deal. And then a company exec trashed them.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched.
Not because of scandal, but because of unmet expectations. Meghan may have once seen Harry as a partner in global reinvention. But now? Many believe she sees dead weight. Now, to clean up the damage, what better way than to launch a brand new podcast? And that's exactly what Meghan did. She dropped a new podcast, hoping to shift the spotlight back on herself. But instead of headlines praising her return, it's facing skepticism and backlash. In the first episode, Meghan dropped what she framed as a raw, personal confession: that she suffered from postpartum preeclampsia, a rare and dangerous condition that she says deeply affected her after Archie's birth. But the internet didn't buy it. Immediately, clips and photos from that time resurfaced, showing Meghan smiling in public, walking unaided in heels, and making glamorous appearances just days after giving birth. Critics called it out. Some labeled the story revisionist PR, accusing her of exaggerating or fabricating the illness to appear vulnerable and relevant. Even longtime supporters began to question the timing, tone, and intent. Well, that's it for today's video. What do you think? Does Meghan deserve all this, or is she really fading into nobody status now? Let me know in the comments, and before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.